Hey there, it's Angela Hochman. Welcome to In the Kitchen on STL TV, where we give you just a little glimpse as to what is going on in the local St. Louis food scene. I'm very excited today because I have such a cool, unique guest. You have the coolest name too. I've got Ono Ikanone, the owner of Levels Nigerian Cuisine. Hi, Ono.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's so much I want to dive into, but first, can you share what are we making?
All right, so we're making Asun. Asun is a traditional dish in Nigeria, typically from the Yoruba part of Nigeria. It is made with goat meat, bell peppers, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, a sauce and a marinade that has a little bit of those other things in there, but we have some tomatoes in there with some onions blended in, oil, and it's deep fried. And then we serve it on a bed of white rice in order to pull back on the spiciness, because it is quite spicy.
Yes, and if people are watching and you want to try this at home, wrangle up these ingredients quickly from your fridge and cook along with us. If not, then keep your eyes on us, because we are going to be morphing all of this into a delicious dish called Asun, a traditional, amazing Nigerian dish.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, why don't we get started prepping? And I'd love to hear about, you have such a fascinating background.
Yes, thank you.
As the youngest of 5, coming here basically one by one from Nigeria when you were young. You didn't leave.
Yeah, right.
You stayed.
Right, and my siblings did. They found other opportunities in other parts of the U.S. Most of them are doctors. So I started on a journey to be a doctor, ended up being an engineer, ended up being a restaurant owner. But very, very interesting journey for me, because I've learned a lot, met a lot of people, and I've been able to grow in the journey. One of the things that I learned about myself very quickly is that I enjoy meeting people, getting to know people. I'm a people's person. So
you're in the right business.
Exactly. So I feel at home when I'm at the restaurant.
Absolutely. And you have had, in between the engineering job at Boeing and opening Levels in 2023, is it?
Yes, in 2023.
You've had so many amazing different types of career moves.
Yes.
I love that your journey, like mine, kind of went every which way, and here we are. But you also owned an events company. Did you own a logistics company as well?
I did.
I feel like you have been a part of every part of hospitality.
Exactly.
And now you're just like, I'm gonna focus on this.
Right. And this was, as I did all those other things, I was always doing something as regards to events in the background. So when I had the opportunity to get our space and open up the restaurant, I was still working as an engineer, but something inside of me was like, you've always come back to this over the last decade. You've always been doing this in the background. So why don't you just focus on this? And I took a risk, and I decided that this was what I was gonna do. And it's paying off so far. You tend to see that when things are just kind of falling in place, that means that you're where you're supposed to be.
1000%.
And I'm noticing that, I'm seeing that, and I'm glad that I made that decision.
I am too, and like you said, all of your hard work has paid off, and you listen to that little voice that was kind of saying like, culinary. I have to ask, did you name the restaurant Levels because of the actual, it's a 4-story building?
That was part of the reason. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
That was excellent.
I want to take a guess.
All right, so Levels is also a slang that we use in Nigeria. Much like it's used here. There's levels to this, things like that. But in Nigeria, we say levels D, which means they're levels, which means, you're on a higher level kind of a deal. So
and what
levels D.
Levels D?
D.
D.
Yes, so it's like there are levels.
Well, okay, I'm not cool, so you gotta teach me what to say, how to say it,
great.
how to use it in a
just
sentence.
say levels D.
Levels D.
There you go. With the shoulder lean too.
The shoulder lean. Yeah, I'm not cool. Who are we kidding here? And so, why don't we get started chopping these yummy vegetables, because they look amazing.
So I'm gonna chop some of these vegetables up. That's gonna go as like a garnish on top of the asun. Sometimes people use the bell peppers in Nigeria, sometimes they don't. I added it, and I wanted to keep using it because it adds color and flair to the dish. So we incorporated that in our dish at the restaurant. This does smell very good.
It does? Oh my gosh. I want everyone to smell what we are smelling right now. Wow.
Yeah, but so.
Well, I want to ask you, Ono.
Go ahead.
Why did you choose Washington Avenue? St. Louis is a big place, and you set up your roots there. How come?
Yeah. I used to hang out there quite a bit. Back in the day, I used to have events downtown. I actually had an event at the space that we have right now.
And that's not the only amazing thing that happened in that building.
Right.
Share, did you meet somebody there?
Yes, I was getting to it. So my wife and I met at a graduation the same day that I was having a graduation party at that space. And she came to the event. I saw her earlier, but I didn't speak. And then she came to the event, and I was like, I have to say something. So I did, and kind of didn't work out as I wanted it to. But I was able to get her phone number, and that was our, I guess, starting point as a couple, which was interesting. We told this story to the realtor when we were buying the building, and he was like, "Oh, this building's yours." So that helped out quite a bit. Yeah, that helped out quite a bit. But downtown has always been home for me as regards to like late nights and just hanging out. But I saw the decline, and when we were looking to get the space, it was a leap of faith in the sense that I felt like everybody was leaving, but we wanted to stay and add to the vitality of the space. Took some time, but we're seeing some things happening there, and we're very happy about it.
I love that you didn't turn around, run away, find another part of town that it maybe could have done well also, but you decided to be part of the solution instead of leaving. And this building, Levels, has levels.
Right?
Level day.
Levels did. There you go. Well done.
So we've got a restaurant.
Yes.
We've got an art gallery. Can you talk a bit about the expansion?
So we are working on a third level, which would be kind of like a secret space, speakeasy, lounge kind of a vibe. And we're working to get that going. Just to add some more seating for guests, add some more art for guests, and make it like a more of a late or late evening business professional wants to go somewhere where they can hang out with other business professionals. That's the kind of space that we want to create on the third floor. And on the fourth floor, we're working on a small art institute kind of a deal. I haven't settled on the full concept, but I want to have a podcast studio there. I want to have a photography studio there, and maybe a small classroom to be able to mentor young folks to...
I want to get back to that because you have such an amazing story about how you mentor people. We are going to take a very quick break.
Sure
so
thing.
we can finish chopping up here, and then I want to get back. I want to get cooking. I want to learn about this one quote and how it has changed your life.
Absolutely.
So we will be right back after this short break.
All right.
What's up, STL? I'm Angela Hochman.
And I'm Draco. Now, if you're looking to find out about those hidden gems right here in the Lou, we have the show for you.
Check out What's the 314 to find out about the movers and shakers and organizations making it all happen right here on What's the 314.
So make sure you check it out Fridays at 9 p.m.
Hey there, welcome back to In the Kitchen. I'm Angela Hochman alongside Ono, the owner of Levels Nigerian Cuisine. So Ono, when we left off, we were making Asun.
Yes. So
which is it's all of this?
Right. Asun is peppered goat meat. Like I said, it's from the southern part of Nigeria. The Yorubas are known to make this dish for festive occasions, parties, gatherings, weddings, things of that nature.
Fantastic.
This is kind of like an appetizer to start. So it's an appetizer at our restaurant as well.
This is an appetizer?
Well,
what's for dinner?
We're gonna have small portions of it. I just brought a hearty amount for us to see, but it's actually served in small bowls and kind of like just something you can snack on. So it's not, we're not gonna eat all of this, but we're...
It's like, I love to eat. This is my dream.
Right.
But okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, so let's get going. This all looks amazing.
Yeah, and this pepper stew sauce that we've made. It's a blend of tomatoes, bell peppers, and onions.
Okay.
It's already seasoned, and we have some oil to get it going here. So if you can smell like the spice and all of that, it's a quite spicy dish. Hence why we have our white rice.
I didn't know that. So the rice will kind of cut the spice a little bit.
Yes.
If it's too spicy, it is.
Yeah, it's just
Turn it
like,
down a
it's
little?
kind of like just having like some bread or something on the side to eat, like something that's spicy. So that's what we use the white rice for. It's not traditionally, the white rice is not a traditional thing. We kind of
Yeah.
did that for the restaurant just to have a pairing to where you can eat some meat and have something else to go with it.
Yes.
So I'm gonna add the goat meat here. The goat meat
Goodness.
is boiled first and then it's grilled. And you can see a little bit of like the char on it.
Yeah.
So it's grilled, and then we put it in this marinade here, and then we're gonna add the veggies on the top, the very last.
Oh no, is this a cuisine that you grew up eating? I know you opened this restaurant like many other guests I've had that just couldn't find anything just like what they grew up eating. Is this one of those dishes that's nostalgic for you?
Yes, it's something that I grew up eating in Nigeria. We eat a lot of goat meat in Nigeria, so in many different ways. This is one of the ways with grilled, with the sauce. But yes, I grew up eating this. Honestly and truly, when I got to the U.S., no one really served this at restaurants. So we wanted to add something that would have that nostalgic feeling and get folks coming into the restaurant to try something that they can't try anywhere else in St. Louis.
Right. That's the thing. So what would you recommend if someone has never either been to Levels and or experienced Nigerian cuisine?
I'd say the party jollof plate. So the party jollof plate has jollof rice, has a choice of meat, goat, chicken, or beef. You can get coleslaw, plantains. It's kind of like our closest thing to a platter because it has many different items from our menu on there.
Anything with the word party in it, you know that's going to be a fun dish experience.
Exactly.
It's really good.
And a lot of the things with our menu items are geared towards festive occasions. So the jollof rice is served at mostly birthdays, weddings, things of that nature. The Asun is one of those. We have suya, which is grilled beef or chicken with a peanut seasoning on there. And that's usually served late at night, on a night out, you know, when you're walking down the street, you can see.
When it's not your first stop of the night.
Right. So everything is kind of like geared towards like celebration. It goes to show my first event planning business was called Ono Celebrations.
Hey.
So this is kind of like an ode to that. The restaurant has a lot of meals that are geared towards like kind of having a great time.
Speaking of, you can cater all of these wonderful celebrations too. You can do things on site as well as off.
Absolutely. We've done a couple festivals. We're trying our hand at more festivals next year, but we can also cater private events. So if you have a business meeting and you want to get our jollof boxes delivered, we can do that, or whatever occasion you have.
That's amazing.
We're able to serve. So we have this all put together now. See that?
It's
and then
beautiful.
We'll serve some of this and we'll try it on the bed of rice and we'll see how everything goes.
And I want to ask you, while you're putting our food in the bowls, there's a quote that you said that I just think is so amazing, and it drives who you are and what you're doing today.
Yes, ma'am.
Be the person you needed when you were younger.
Absolutely.
What does that mean to you?
When I came to the U.S., I was, 14, but soon after, like when I graduated from high school, I needed mentors, people that could show me how to do things in the U.S. For example, I used to get traffic tickets, and I never knew what to do with those. And
You say they blew off on your windshield. Oh no, what do you mean? What do you do with them?
But
kidding.
it takes for someone to let you know that you have to, go to court or whatever the case may be to get those taken care of. The first few I didn't take care of, and that just kind of affected me badly. But more so just having a mentor to like show you things as simple as that. In Nigeria, we don't have traffic tickets, so I didn't know what that was at all.
And
but
you're new. You're in a foreign country. I mean,
so you can imagine that. So you can think about college applications, you can think about job choices, you can think about getting your first job offer and just knowing what to do. So I got my first piece of mentorship from my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I met a lot of folks that were doing things that I wanted to do, and they showed me how to navigate being an immigrant young guy in the U.S. And I want to be that for other folks. So I've been, whenever I meet someone that's young, that's either grew up here or just moved here, I try to be a support to them best way I can. And I think the restaurant is also a great way that we're doing that on a larger scale, because it's now a meeting point. Folks that haven't, had, and a nostalgic point too. So folks that haven't tried Nigerian food since they got back, since they came to the US, they can come there, they meet other like-minded folks there. So I've seen a lot of great connections happen at Levels. So I'm happy that that mantra that I share is being manifested with the restaurant.
That's really beautiful. If that doesn't drive you, I don't know what does.
Absolutely.
It's time to eat.
All right,
Let's jump. Oh, this smells so good.
So so we have some white rice, and then we have the Asun, and
Want like a little bit of everything.
keep in mind it's a little spicy, so.
I can hang.
All right.
Oh yeah. That hit you.
Definitely a burst of flavor,
It's yeah.
but you have
Very spicy. But it's so good. Oh my gosh.
It's one of those things where it's spicy, but you can't stop eating it. But
Yeah.
I gave all the disclaimers in the beginning, so just one bite is okay. It's kind of spicy for me too. I enjoy it.
I might have to eat the rest off camera as my
Absolutely.
eyes are watering.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh no, it has been so much fun cooking with you today.
Thank you so much for
On In
having
the
me.
Kitchen. Thank you for being here, for sharing all of your wonderful background.
Absolutely.
I know that you will help many future generations be the person that you needed when you were younger.
Absolutely.
Guys, keep Levels in mind, either for your next event or just try something new. We want you to watch the show, get inspired, support local, but, have adventures with your palate, okay?
Absolutely.
Head downtown on Washington. Follow them on Facebook too. They are all over the place, whether they're at a festival, a restaurant week, doing charitable work. This is an organization, a business that you should be part of. Just follow them, get to know them, get in their world. Follow them on social, like I said. Check out their website for all the latest happenings. Also, while you're on social, don't forget about STL TV. We're everywhere too. So find us, follow us, enjoy all that we've got to offer, including our next episode where I get to go on the road at Shelly's Smash Burgers. Woohoo! Okay, but friends, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me in the kitchen. I'm Angela Hochman. That's gonna do it. Keep it right here where you get to experience St. Louis. Let's eat.